get into anything, I got to welcome Crepo to the desk, replacing Papa Smithy. As Papa Smithy's going to cast.
Can I just say I do not appreciate the height of this desk. I'm feeling a little Frodo right now, but
we can get you a box.
No, I refuse to step.
I got weights.
Okay, all right. Well, but here's the thing. Flash Wolves, second win of the day, definitely seem to be finding their footing a little bit in the tournament. Still not the cleanest win ever, but they'll be happy to come away from the day with a couple wins under their belt. Let's look at how they did it, starting with champion select and moving into these plays immediately in the top lane, right? Because we have TSM looking towards their solo lanes as we've asked them to do in the past, throwing a lot of attention up there for Hauntzer in the top lane.
This is where we expected these two teams to really clash, right? TSM back to playing around Hauntzer, getting a split pusher going, and Flash Wolves, MMD has definitely looked like the squishiest member, the most attackable force.
Yeah, definitely agree with their choice to really punish this early Rumble pick. I don't think teams should survive picking a Rumble early when Fizz is available. Here are a couple of these top lane fights. MMD went 0-3 eventually, and that propelled TSM forward in the map state where the side lane belonged to the Fizz. But then Flash Wolves came in with some unique aspects of their composition that really snowballed the game for them.
Yeah, it was really about the mobility, the fact that they had the Tahm, Kench, that they had the Ryze, that they were able to, as Azael was saying in the cast, hunt down that Fizz into the side lane and not allow him to use his power there and abuse those matchups.
There was one thing I didn't like about this game is that there was a potential for Bjergsen on third pick on blue side to just lock in a mid lane and then Bantu out himself, just get
like
Syndra and then remove Echo and then just maybe hard carry the game. This game, Bjergsen was stuck on a side lane playing Orianna, playing patch up, while WildTurtle and Bjergsen were sharing farm in the mid lane. I think that's not catering towards TSM strengths.
You got something to add there?
I 100% agree, but I kind of wanted to move it quickly back. We kind of skipped over MMD a little bit, and it's like this question mark of his effective champion pool seems relatively small, and I was curious if that would continue to punish Flash Wolves in their draft. They might be pinch and might have to early priority pick champions, like you said, blind picking that Rumble. And I think it's something now like a target on Flash Wolves that we need to check in on for the rest of the tournament, because if they need to get him on certain champions that he feels he can only play, if he can't reach out to the Fizz, if he can't look towards the Kinnan, that's a huge gapping hole in their plan.
Especially when you're looking at other top laners like 957 or Huni, who have put up very solid solo performances. I'm going to push us ahead to another replay. 22 minutes in. Hauntzer here getting caught in the bot lane. So with this advantage that was built, handing some advantages back.
Yeah, I mean, this is a one play as well where they just knew that the Flash Wolves were taking this Drake. And Hauntzer, even though he has this one ward over on the other side of that Tribe Rush, against this composition that has so much mobility with Tahm, Kench, with Ryze, you have to be more respectful when pushing out these side lanes. And it's collapsed.
Exactly, and this is also where TSM fails as a team, right? When Hauntzer is playing forward, they need to try and get something ready on the other side of the map. They weren't in time to get a Baron, maybe contested, because you can bait double ulti there and have Hauntzer by time if you get the cross map. But TSM, again, as a team, we're falling short.
All right, and then our final replay is going to be that big one near the red buff. This is kind of a game breaker if it hadn't happened already.
Yeah, and this is just such a chaotic fight. Again, it's the mobility that helps helps Flash Wolves get into position to start this off. They get them into a choke point, and it's just getting attacked and ripped apart from every single angle here. And what it highlights very well is that if you're stuck on a side lane where Hauntzer is being matched by the Ryze is bringing Ghost to the party. So what TSM is looking for essentially is a 4v5 where Hauntzer TPs in early. Yet what ended up happening every single time is when this Ryze went to the other side of the map, TSM's 4-man squad was not waiting for Hauntzer to push in that bottom lane. Instead, they went deep into the enemy jungle and they got punished for it.
Yeah, and you could tell they were a bit out of sorts there in the mid-game. They made that call to go back out into the open, into the Baron area after Hauntzer's teleport was down. So they didn't even have that option to ever even up the numbers in a 5-on-5. And, really good use of that Tahm, Kench, and the mobility by Flash Wolves to catch him.
And what's super cool is that this is finally the Flash Wolves being decisive in a mid-game. We've constantly seen these games where they seem indecisive, they kind of stall things out, it turns into a hiatus, but they use their composition so well to kind of band-aid that effect.
Yeah, I love this style from Flash Wolves where you use these repositioning ultimates like the Ryze or the Tahm, Kench combined with their normal vision control. I think that's really well for them. Problem is, I feel like it's really TSM still handing away the game. The communication between the 4-man squad and the 1-man side lane, especially when Hauntzer is ahead, seems very lacking. Like, your 4-man can't go deep if you need to push out. Because imagine Hauntzer pushes bot, reveals the Ryze, then TP's in. They win a 5v4.
It's got to be worrisome for TSM when yesterday they're playing Protect WildTurtle. It doesn't work for them. We say we want to see them go back towards solo lane focus. They do that, but still aren't finding success for that reason. As you mentioned, a little miscoordination around the map brings about their demise. Now, the Flash Wolves and TSM may be done for the day, but there's still more MSI action coming up.